Alrighty, back, and it's looking way better. No what? What's up? Hi, it's me. Pants pinned comment. Yeah, you know what? I'll pin a comment. I'm not gonna spam my stuff out to Instagram though. Hi, it's me. You missed 2 times. 2 times to say hi, it's me. Meanie. Fat red meanie. Alright. Let's do a pinned comment. Let's do a pinned comment. Where is the link for that? There we go. Comment pinned in the chat. That is the channel member join up link. If anyone is not a channel member and you want to be one, I'd appreciate it. Help support the channel. And yeah, things are doing much better now. I actually did what Sunny recommended, which was unplugging and restarting my router and my modem. I did both. And that's why it took a little longer, because it didn't kick right in. It took a few minutes for it to boot up. Don't forget to hit the like button again. That's right, man. Hit that like button again. Okay. I gotta go eat. See you. Take it easy. Hi, it's me. And maybe I will send one to Instagram. Back up and running, that's right. Ed and Michael Dumas, we have made it back. It's Jay Gonzo. Good evening, everyone. What's up, Jay? Jay, I tell you, since I went to that DFW Joe show, all I've been doing, well, not everything, because I did make that bandsaw, but I'm making freaking guns. I think I showed you, you know, we got cannons. We got another cannon we're working on right now. We got rockets. We got all kinds of stuff. So it's just too funny. Maybe next year I'll get off my butt and get a table and have some stuff to sell. That would be a good idea. The dilithium crystals had to be changed. That's exactly it, dude. We had a problem with our EPS manifold, or whatever they call it. So that had to be realigned. Had to take the warp engines offline. These things happen. Very, very cool. Was it EPS manifold? What was it that was ODN, the ODN conduit? I think that's what it was. The ODN conduit. Gotta redo the whole thing. On Deep Space Nine, I know O'Brien was like constantly having to fix all that stuff breaking down. Still looking all right. Goes nowhere, does nothing. For sure, for sure. Did you see the Stargate ad I sent random? No, I didn't check it out yet, Fat Red. I'll check it here after the stream. The TPS reports need to be submitted. Yeah. Did you get that memo? I need to watch that again. It's been way too long. Way too long. That was one of the movies I had on VHS. I threw out. I never replaced on DVD. And I need to. Alright. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do a little black paint on here. That's what we'll do. Since we're just willy-nilly painting everything today. Whoa. Was a suggested video on your last stream ended? That's crazy. Yeah, that's a great movie, dude. Such a good movie. And part of it, there was only a couple of parts of it that were filmed right here where I live in Texas, in DFW. He specifically mentions going to do the drywall over there in Las Colinas. And I was living in Las Colinas when that came out, so that was kind of funny. I think most of it was filmed in California, but the vibe of it was very Texas office workery in that time frame. I mean, I worked in an office that was exactly like that. I was in the mail room. I wasn't with the tech guys, but we had those Y2K guys walking around. You know, we had those stupid half-wall cubicles, and next Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day, you know, and every single day, because there was about 600 people in that office, 600 to 800, was someone's birthday. And I was the mail guy, so I was all over the building. There was cake every single day. So as long as you were cool with people, and people are always cool with you because they want their mail and they might need you to, you know, get something for them. And I was a young guy. They were like, you know, mother henning me and stuff. So there was cake constantly, or people were bringing lunches in or doing stuff. So there was always lots of food available. Plus, that was a time frame, 1997, 98, 99, before the tech bubble crashed. People had tons of money. The economy was just really booming, and those companies, they didn't even care. Like, you could just order crazy office supplies, and they were doing, you know, like I said, lunches, and they actually had quite a bit of, I guess, allowance or expenditure for being nice to their employees, you know? Which might happen at some companies now, but I imagine that's still the case at some tech companies, places that are still booming. Fantastic greebles in that printer. No, man, that thing had to go. PC load letter? What the F does that mean? And I experienced that PC load letter, so that was even more funny. When I saw that, I was working in the mailroom. I was dealing with that all the time, that stupid fax machine jamming. And I would have to fax. Oh my God. Sometimes they would ask me to fax, like, contracts and stuff that are like 80 pages, 100 pages. You just sit there for like 4 hours. I remember spending half a day sometimes trying to get the stupid fax machine to take all that and to work. Sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. And you'd be in the middle of trying to do it, and there would be a jam, and you'd get the jam cleared, and then the freaking delivery office lunch guy would send you a menu, because they would just fax office buildings menus. So you're in the middle of sitting there trying to do this crap, and all of a sudden it's like, try our beef and goat cheese gyros. Yeah, it was, fax machines are a very frustrating piece of equipment sometimes. Most companies hardly have workers in. I don't know if that's totally true, Ed, but I think a lot of the more data entry and mundane jobs are not as much as they used to be. Or if they might still exist, and a lot of them are just done remotely overseas. A lot of things got moved to India and other places where they could hire people much cheaper. But there's still plenty of, call center stuff going on in India, I bet. We had in-house collections, in-house call center, all of that. Yeah, that freaking ink everywhere. Yup. Yeah, and I know we had those old printers too that were like the ribbon, the big old ribbon cartridge. What the hell do you call those things again? Dot matrix printer. And they worked good. They were fast, loud as heck. Used to deal with that. Used to deal with like the insert machine for all the letters that went out. It was a mortgage company, so there was lots of mail. I mean, I used to hand sort tens of thousands of pieces of mail. And I liked doing it. You had the bins. You remembered everyone's name. I must have known the name of like 3,000 people and what departments they were in, what buildings they were in. We had some cool stuff there too. We had a couple of Bell and Howell robots, Scooter and Skeeter. That's the first time I ever saw anything like that. And basically what it was is it was pretty big. It was, I don't know how, the size of maybe half a pallet, but longer. And close to my height, maybe about a foot short, so maybe about 5 feet tall. and it would have all these mail bags in it. And what it would do is it would read a painted track on the carpet. So it would shine a black light on the carpet, and it could see this track, and it would follow it around the building. And there were codes on the side of the track, stop codes. It would read the code and then stop and beep and let someone in the department know that they had to come out and get their mail. And those things were, super high tech at that time. It's probably, I don't know, I want to say the big one was like $80,000 or something crazy like that. Scooter and Skeeter. We had a small one for files, that was Skeeter, and the big one was Scooter. Now, he couldn't maneuver into the elevator on his own, so he would stop at the elevator, and he had a bicycle reflector on top of it in one corner that would hit a laser beam in the ceiling that would cause a bell to go off in the mailroom. And we'd have to walk out and use this crazy little knob control on the top to steer the robot into the elevator without smashing yourself into the wall, because there wasn't much room for you in there once you got in there. And set him up on the track again on the next floor, and let him cruise for another hour or whatever. But those things are pretty fun to work with. Cyberdyne Who? Yeah, no, it was definitely dumb. It was, there was no digital thought going on there. It was mechanical. But smart design. Worked well. R2-D2 on bath salts, but it picked up skids. Picking up skids, that sounds a little fancier. That must have been newer. What year was that, Fat Red? Because this is, like I said, this is like 97 that I started working with that thing. So at the time, I was pretty impressed with it. Never saw anything like it. "20 years in the future, Scooter is a burnt-out alcoholic and Skeeter is in high demand license." Yeah, it might be. 20 years in the future was 2017. So, yeah, Fat Red, they have quite a few of them now that use cameras and LiDAR or whatever the heck they got now. It's trying to be smarter, and they could grab objects like you're saying, the skids and stuff, but they're kind of more goofy, right? Because they don't quite have that technology down. So I'm telling you that those things, it was strictly mechanical. There was no thinking. They didn't have cameras. It couldn't see anything. It just read a track on the ground. It was basically a trolley car that beeped. It's amazing to me that track, when I think about it, didn't get degraded to the point that it wouldn't work. But the guy did come out and service it, so he had a black light with him, I'm guessing. I just didn't ever see him do it. He was probably running around, like, checking it and then adding a little paint here and there when he had to. Whoop. Ours was a replacement for a worker. Yeah, they keep trying to do stuff like that, and so far it hasn't really worked. They get a machine. I've seen it in different places, and it sort of works, but it doesn't really work. Even Amazon, as much as they've tried, they've realized that the best pairing is to have a machine with a worker, and it speeds it up, but the worker still is basically the hands for the machine, because machines are just, they still suck at manipulating objects. It's getting better. Yeah, they have an automated Zambonis. Fat Red, they had them. Some of them I've already seen. They're gone. They're not working, and they're not really using that program in lots of places anymore. I was the only robot. Back in my day, I was the robot. Just leave me here alone. Don't care about me at all, I'm sure. What's next? Yeah, they had them at the Walmart over here maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and then they it broke down and they got rid of it. Never replaced it. Screw the robots. Briscoe. You know. Okay. Now that I'm thinking about this, I should have glued the barrel on last, because I don't really want to paint it. And that's going to be hard to not paint, so I'm going to end up getting paint on that. So, yeah, oh well. That's alright. Okay. Let's see if we got a few bits we can glue on here. Man, we are really low on the laser cut bits department. I need to cut some up. So I'm actually, these are older than the laser cut ones. These are some of the ones I made from Sculpey. Huh? Back. He might be, man. He might be. I see people slowly coming back, so I don't know how many people were in here when I was talking about it, but I went ahead and bought a new 3D printer. I have my Ender 3, and I do have a resin printer that I never, ever use, and I really don't like the way resin smells, so I probably won't be trying to use that anytime soon. Maybe I will, but I really hate it. So I bought a multicolor bamboo, the small one, the mini, but that should be more than enough for what I'm doing. I'm really interested to see what kind of stuff, like how good the resolution is on it. I know it's like 4 or 5 times faster than the Ender, which is wild. And you have to use their filament because their system has, like, you know, it's got gears in it has to be a specific size to fit their automatic color switching system thing. Which is fine. Their filament looks good, and the prices were, in line with what it should be. But yeah, that's going to be really cool. And if I can get that looking good, I think I'm going to use that to maybe make some stuff that I could potentially sell. I'm not sure what that'll be just yet. But I'm kind of excited about it. .3D scanners, no, they're not all that much, Fat Red. You can find some like that, but I'm pretty sure they start around the $800 range. But I think a lot of people have an unrealistic expectation with 3D scanners, like they're just going to be able to scan anything and it's going to work amazing, and that's just not. Maybe it'll get there, but I know there's a lot of artifacts. You got to do a lot of cleanup usually. And that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll use this guy. I've had this thing kicking around forever. Come on, zoom. This thing is supposed to be the amazing autofocus camera. You know what? I bet it's acting up because when I restarted my computer, I didn't reinitialize the stream on the camera. But anyway, that right there. I think I'm gonna put it on the back. It makes it look a little bit more cybery, but that's all right. Is it legal to trash bash something and make sellable product? You're gonna get shut down if you do that at retail. So they're not gonna bother you if you do it. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends. I think it would be just like anything else where it's how much of the work is altered. If you had any recognizable... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know on that, Fat Red. I'm not exactly sure. I have a feeling that if you put it up on Etsy and a toy company recognized their parts on there, especially if you were making money, they'd probably send you a cease and desist, Etsy or eBay, and you might jeopardize your account. But if you did it on your own, no one's going to say anything, probably. Sell at a convention or sell it to people through DMs on Instagram, obviously you're going to be fine. Cool. I mean, in a way, it's like you're recycling, right? So I feel like it should be a good thing, but who the hell knows? I mean, Fat Red, why do you have to even make a scan of the wall, though? Why don't you just... Why don't you just go ahead and try to remodel that wall in Tinkercad or something like that? It might take you a minute to do it, but once you have it, you have it. And you probably will be able to make some changes and improvements to things that you don't like anyway. Tinkercad, I'm trying to think with your stuff. It should be able to do most of that. You might have a little hard time with I know you had a fan on one of those things, the fan blades. I mean, it might not look exactly like that, but it'll work, because even Tinkercad is pretty simple, but you can still subtract a shape from another shape. So, once you make one blade, you just duplicate it, and you know the drill. Yeah, Fat Red, if you get on Tinkercad, you're going to realize that you do know how to sculpt things in 3D. It's not sculpting. It's box modeling. It's very different. So sculpting, you actually have to sculpt. Box modeling, it's Legos, dude. You got a square, you put the square. You get another square, you put the other square. You stretch this square out, now it's a rectangle, and you make it taller, and now it's a tall rectangle. And then you take the two objects and you join them. Now they're one object. It's super, super simple. Tinkercad especially, very user-friendly. You don't have to pay anything. It's a website, all web-driven. TAR, gotta go, guys. Take care, man. Since this is turning into the painting random object stream, I need some more green paint in here. So let's do that while we're waiting on this cannon thing to dry. Lego, I get. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, so that 3D printer, you know, I probably I'm not bitching, but some of my income has kind of dropped the last year or so. It's been kind of steadily kind of falling off, especially with the online stuff. The Amazon stuff hasn't been doing as good. It's just the nature of it. It's getting more crowded. They're not giving as much traffic to people. But I was just like, you know, I'm gonna make some money with it. I know I have a 3D printer now. I feel like I have to. I'm obligated. And also my birthday is coming up, so that was kind of the last nail in it. It's actually a business purchase, so you know, it's probably a smart idea for me to upgrade. I've been holding off, and I really do love FDM printing. I really like what you get with FDM printing. I know sometimes the detail isn't as good, but I really think these bamboo printers, from what I've seen, can do some really, really cool stuff, and it might actually, in some cases, be able to not even notice, you know, the layer lines and stuff. Happy birthday in the future. Yeah, thank you, man. Older and older. Oh, thank you, Hi, it's me. I appreciate you guys hanging out, honestly. It'd be a lot more boring if there weren't people here. And I probably wouldn't do it if there was no one at all. I mean, I might have gone for a while that way, but it would have been pretty hard to keep going. Got that printer. Everything is printed came out looking good. Okay, cool. Yeah, Duffman. I was at that DFW Joe show, and I was talking to this guy who makes 12-inch G.I. Joe extra parts. And, you know, he's got some bigger printers, but yeah, I was like, dude, what do you think the best entry-level printer is right now to get more up-to-date? Because he had an Ender 3 printing right there at the show, and he was like, hands down, the Bamboo A1 Mini. And I just started looking at it online because I haven't really shopped for an FDM in a long time, and it was, you know, nothing but good things. And watching it, the speed that it works at, and some of the stuff it can do, yeah, that seems like the way to go. I mean, the bigger one would have been nice, but most of the time I'm doing pretty small stuff. I mean, would it be cool to be able to print, you know, a big piece of terrain? Yeah, but let me see where I'm at with this first. I do know that it does use up quite a bit more filament printing the multicolor because it's got a purge. So it makes these little filament doots where it just keeps pooping out as it changes colors. But since I'm making the models, I'm going to be printing stuff that I design. I'm sure I could build that with that in mind to minimize the amount of changing, it has to do with the heights, like if I'm printing something like this and making just, missile tips coming out, as long as there's not a high black rim around where the red is, it's not going to have to keep changing once it gets to the red. So, you just, like anything else, I'm sure you could think about it and maximize for it. Yeah, Ed, I remember because I have his card. Yeah, you don't have to level the bed. It does it all for you. It levels the bed, it calibrates itself. It even has this thing that it does where it prints a little bit, and it can tell, because every thing that that you put a 3D printer on, it shakes a little bit due to the motion of the printer. So it actually measures the amount of shaking in the surface that it's on, and then calibrates that into its calculations. It was this guy, Ed. I don't know if that's clear. I can't hold anything up. My camera's just not focusing. Can you see that? TK560, Etsy.com. 1/6 scale, 3D printed G.I. Joe custom reproduction parts. Really cool guy. Him and I believe it was his wife were there, and we chatted for, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes. He also runs, I think, a maker space in a smaller town somewhere up north, I think. Yeah, Duffman, leveling the bed gets really, really to be a pain in the butt. My Ender, I replaced the bed levelers. I upgraded them, and you gotta get the right file. They have some standard ones, and I have one that prints squares, like in concentric, I guess, just a square and a square and a square, and it allows you to tell where on the bed it's sticking and where it's not applying, and I find that to be pretty good. But honestly, since I upgraded the bed, the undercarriage, and the bed levelers, I haven't even had to level it in like a year. It's just been right where it is, hasn't moved. It's been great. Oh yeah, he's a good... You know him, Ed? Where do you know him from? What do you think about the fact that you can't get out of the app anymore and still watch? Well, hi, it's me. I didn't know. What do you mean? You can't have the YouTube window shrink down to a little window on your phone while you're doing something else? Is that what you're saying? Because I feel like I was doing that, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago on something. Not a live stream, though. I haven't tried it with a live. Well, hi, it's me. I don't know. Like I said, like Fat Red, it still works. I've had it. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, at work, I had that happen a couple of times because I was listening to something. But just the other day, it was working. So, I don't know. My guess is ad revenue. That's my guess. My guess is they want you. Their advertisers probably said, "Hey, what's the deal? Your people are obviously not watching our ads if you're letting them put this little tiny screen in the corner of their phone so they can go play, Candy Crush at the same time. So stop doing that." That would be my guess. Which everyone hates ads, man. What are you gonna do? When the internet was a rebel place and there were just a few people on here and there wasn't much commerce, it made sense for there to be no ads. But now that all eyeballs are on here, all the advertising dollars that used to go to TV, or a lot of them, are on the internet now because no one watches freaking TV anymore. Pauses the stream. YouTube Premium. That's crazy. Yeah, Ed over here is fancy pants with YouTube Premium. I don't even have YouTube Premium. Alright, so I'm going to try something with this that either is going to work or it's going to completely jack it up. So either the tape is going to rip the paint off of here, or I'm not going to get a good enough seal with the tape. But let's try it anyway. We could always paint over it, right? Free weathering, right? There you go. Alright, we'll come back to that in a little bit. Yeah, they say that, Fat Red, but I've had it rip paint off stuff plenty of times. Especially with craft paint on styrofoam. I don't know what it is, but it definitely has happened to me before. Blue and green, the frog tape, which is even more expensive than the blue, is supposed to be really, really good. I want a 3D printer. Hi, it's me. You know, maybe you get one eventually. Do you play with AutoCAD or any kind of modeling software? Green frog tape works better. Yeah, I might need to get a roll of that. Might need to get a roll of that. What the heck else can I do with this? This needs more. Yeah. Ooh. Maybe I have a bigger who's what's it? Let me check. I want $1 million. Yeah, Duffman, sign me up, dude. Well, hi, it's me. If you're going to be you want a 3D printer, maybe you should see how you feel about 3D modeling first. Because I think that's really, really something you could toy with. And if you even get a little bit going in that, then that would be confirmation that, yeah, it might be worth it going out of your way to try and get a 3D printer, even if it's a, you know, you might get more serious about saving or working toward it. Or what have you. I don't know what 3D modeling is. Tinkercad, man. Just go online, go to Tinkercad. Tinkercad. You just put some shapes together. And you make stuff. And stuff happens. Maybe when I get the new printer, I'll, I don't know, maybe I'll do a Tinkercad stream. I'll see how people feel about that, but could do that. A gunner's seat? Yeah, it's kind of late for that. What do you mean, like up in the front, dude? This is a zero planning turret. No planning, no no reference photos looked at whatsoever. So that sounds good. Probably missed the window on that though. Yes, Legos are amazing, for sure. All right, Fat Red, no worries. You take care, man. Let me see, maybe something a little chunkier right there. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cut this down. I'm gonna bevel that. So let's just switch over here. Crap. Whack. Yes, the Canon is 3D printed. Yep. I keep forgetting my focus is not working. You know what? Let me see if I can get that to work real quick. Hold on. Yep, there we go. See, look at that. How awesome is that autofocus? I can't stand that it's not working. So you can see it's not a great 3D print. Simple, simple. The other one I did recently was not 3D printed at all. This is just some wooden dowel rods painted up in the front. But I decided I wanted to do a bigger Canon and I didn't have a bigger dowel rod on hand, so yeah, I just hooked that up. What happened to the railgun? Nothing happened to the railgun. Damn, where the heck is that thing? I knew there was another thing that I was going to look at. I tried to write a list of the stuff. I was leaving the railgun off. Yep. Yeah, that's for another day. We'll work on that another day, I think. So the answer is absolutely nothing happened with the railgun. I want something up there. Do I want that? Nah. It's slowly getting more interesting. It kind of looks like a space age electric meter right now. Hi, it's me. I am terrible at picking favorite anything. I'm terrible at that. I like birds. I like cats. Bears are cool. Foxes are cool. The honey badger doesn't give a shit. Past pets: hamster, ferret, chinchilla, multiple cats. Had a dog when I was little, but it's been a while. Fish. What keeps you motivated to keep doing these? I have 6 unfinished projects with 0 ambition to finish them. Yeah, I get that. I don't know. I guess that's hard to explain. Making content does make you keep going somewhat, but I do stop things part way. A lot of the stuff I do, is modular. It's small, especially on these streams. I'm doing very small bits of things. And then if I feel like doing more in that direction, I just do another piece, another piece, another piece until there's a whole set or something. So, bite size it. What are these projects that you have? Are they big? Are they all really tiny? Or I'm assuming if you haven't finished them, they're not quick. You love cats? Yeah, dude, I like cats too. Hi, it's me. I mean, I like dogs as well, but some people seem to just not like cats, and that's not me. I really like cats. I will say, Jet Jaguar, some of it is doing things with other people in mind. So if you're looking at stuff like someone gets excited about something, some big, some small, medium, yeah. You get like a refreshed look. Like I said, I went to that DFW Joe show, and then I came back thinking about a lot of things that I didn't think about before. Also, I'll do like just random sketches and doodles, and then that's how I did the bandsaws. I couldn't think of what I wanted to do for an Instagram short series, and I just started flipping through Sketchbook and saw like an old little bandsaw doodle I did, and I was like, you know what, a bandsaw would look cool. Why don't I do that? So I don't know. I mean, my motivation goes up and down, dude. It does. But you just spend a little time with it each day if you can. And even if you're not if you can't get motivated to do the thing that you are trying to do on a larger scale, think of one piece of it and then, draw it a little, sketch it a little. It doesn't have to be a good drawing, just look up on Pinterest that item, different variations of it to kind of get your creativity or your spark going. But yeah, the motivation thing, it can be a problem. And I was talking about this with Ed, Action Figs, not too long ago, and that is lots of times you get stuck on, when you get excited about something, you start working on it, and then the excitement wears off and you just stop. So if you don't get it done in your initial sit down, it's almost never going to get done, or at least you got to get to a certain point, like where it's all modeled or sculpted, and then you can worry about the painting another day. You got to figure out how to overcome that, I was like that when I first started doing this stuff, but over time, you play games with yourself, sort of, you get to psych yourself out and just sit down and, like I said, force yourself to work on an aspect of it a little bit. And as soon as you start doing something, you're like, well, what if I wanted to do 3 different barrel variations on that? What could they be? And then just look them up real quick, different reference images, and then sketch them, and then your brain will just pick it up and start wanting you to do more stuff. Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Bill, how you doing, Bill? Long time no see. Were you guys streaming tonight over there, Bill? Just got done? Awesome. Well, Bill, since you just jumped in, I'll show you a couple of things we were doing. I was showing off this bandsaw that I did in my Instagram and YouTube shorts this week. Scratch built. And we were just, as I knock this whole thing over, working on this turret thingamabobber. It's got some 3D printed parts, but we were getting the foam and stuff together, and it's just this simple toothpick mount right now, but it can fit on this pillar, and it could also fit on this that we had constructed for another turret, so that's kind of cool. This is a bit of a random stream, so I'm sure that's a giant shock to a lot of people that I'm just bouncing around doing whatever. Okay, let's take a look at this. It's not totally dry yet, but I think I'm going to pull the tape off and see what we got. Good so far. There's a little bit of paint peelage, but it's like there's a few speckles, but it'll be easily painted over. Random die, do you mind if I post my link? No, not at all, Bill. I don't think you can post your link because you're not a channel mod, but Ed, can you post Bill's link for him? It's your YouTube, right, Bill? Ed can do it for you. Hook him up, Ed. So this thinner red line below the slit in this wall was actually another Ed suggestion, because I was going to put the line over the slit. But I think this looks pretty damn good. Actually, that looks really freaking good. So we'll have the tower on the side. Let me get the OG turret. And there's Ed with the link. That's for Bill over at Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. He's a channel supporter here, and also he talks about all kinds of toy stuff, lots of retro stuff. And some of the... do you guys make those little stop motion videos? Because some of those are pretty funny, actually. Yeah, dude, man, that looks so sharp. That was good call, Ed, on the red line below the slit. I really like that. I don't know if you guys can see where the tape pulled off. There, you see that? That speckling? So all the little high points in the foam, the tape pulled off the paint. But it's kind of not... No, it's noticeable, but it almost adds like a texture to the wall, so I'm not worried about it. It doesn't look bad. It looks like grit on the wall. Free texturing. Oh, look at that. Hi, it's me, sub to you. Awesome. Do it on the side? I don't know, man. Let's get the T-cam for this. This thing is making me kind of happy looking at it. That looks freaking cool. It's a little... I don't know how I feel about the speckling. Maybe I'll paint over it. So this is a real funny wall because it kind of looks like a bunker with like an auto turret on it if it's 1/12, but I think it would look totally cool with like a smaller scale too. Because it kind of has like an epic look to it as well. Yeah, thanks, Ed. I'm definitely going to be making more wall sections and towers and everything. I mean, having this new cannon here. Let me set this damn thing down. It's probably making everyone dizzy. There we go. Having that, this is going to want to fall over. This one's a little bit heavier in the nose. There we go. Having that on another turret. I'll probably make it a chunkier turret because, tower, because this is wanting to fall over due to the weight of that barrel. But yeah, having that there and then having like this on the other side. And oh yeah, man, that thing would be pretty cool. glass window. Yeah, exactly. Totally, Michael Dumas. And if you want to make the window look a little frosted or not like completely transparent, just take a fine grit sandpaper and scratch it up. I printed a few more of these, so maybe we'll get some rocket batteries made here in the near future. But I will say that I think they're gonna come out a lot better on the bamboo printer than they are on the Ender, especially because I won't have to paint the red tips on there. It'll just be multicolor printing. So we'll see how that turns out, but I'm pretty excited about that. Dude, I know I'm gonna paint it. No? Yeah. I know I have been here for a while, but do you think you can say the names of some people who have them out? Hi, it's me. I have no idea what that means, bro. Who has what out? What are you talking about? Thanks for the info. Yeah, absolutely. Chat is very helpful here, too, with that kind of stuff. His name is Bill? What do you mean? You just want to know people's names, or you want to know who has channels you can subscribe to? Names and shit. I don't know, man. You have to just ask people individually. People individually can tell you whatever they want to be called, I guess. I know something that is coming soon that will look great sitting around that bunker dio. You know what? You're right about that, Ed. I didn't even think about that, but those will definitely go well with that. we're gonna be having a little product release soon. A small product. Might be something that maybe doing with Helidope. So that should be fun. Yeah, exactly. What I'm going to use his name again. What Bill said. You never know how some people are less comfortable with people on the internet knowing who they are, and that's totally fine because there are some freaking weird people on the internet. That's for damn sure. So I completely get that. Once you're doing this for a while, though, and it's kind of hard to really keep your identity hidden. I guess you can do it, but that's more worthwhile to some people than others. In some people's situations, you need that, All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be making more of these. I really want to make, I have a big table in the other room. I'm trying to think about doing this whole crazy thing on there now. Yeah, dude, Ed, I'm already there, man. Second wall, then have a cannon in the center, 2 rocket silos on each end. Yeah, that would be cool. Let me grab another. Yeah, get the rockets going. For sure. They actually look kind of cool like that too, like in the middle of the wall. Turrets on the end, rockets in the middle. Just give them everything. More freaking missiles. I did mention I have been thinking about making just the most ridiculous turret possibly imaginable, like just giant with maybe a main, or maybe 3 cannons like battleship style in the middle, and then freaking missile pods all over it, and just absolute insanity. Obviously the first thing that would get blown up, because there's no way that wouldn't be your target to take out if you were shooting at that thing, because that thing would be the kitchen sink. Yeah, we definitely need a whole fortress. Come on. Razor or barbed wire? That would be cool, but I don't have any easy way to make... Excuse me. Razor or barbed wire. I would have to buy something. Might be able to 3D print something. I don't know, maybe. I'll think about that. What did Briscoe say? Long time no see? Ah, I see. Yeah, time is flying by. The older you get, too. Man, it just... As soon as it warms up and it's summer, I'm thinking, man... Winter's almost here. Right at the beginning of summer now. I'm sure you do the same thing, kind of. If you have a weather period you don't like, you're like, it'll be done in 3 months. You won't even notice it. It's crazy. Everything's just so fast. Matthew Matheson, what's up, man? Sup? Just going to bed. Finally found the figures I need for tomorrow morning's photos. I need some computer consoles. Yeah, Matthew. Yeah, we need to do that. I'm terrible. We'll do it. We'll do it, man. We'll do it. But hey, since you're here, Matthew, here's the bandsaw that I've been doing. And here's a turret that we just made on here with some 3D printed parts slapped on there too. Still feeling the DFW Joe show going here, I guess. After 4th and Christmas, the month's really, yeah. Right? You just think you're about to get into the holiday season. Like, okay, the holidays are coming up, and then the holidays are over. Like 5 months later, just like, all right, whatever. It's very strange. Yeah, we did this little red line on the bunker. Another G.I. Joe kind of inspired looking thing here. Goes with the tower. I don't know if you were here a minute ago when I was showing that off, but pretty cool. And of course the other turret we made is right on top of that, so I'm really digging this thing. That's what we were talking about. Ed wants me to build the entire freaking G.I. Joe HQ or complex or something. But that's what this was kind of based off of, was looking at the old G.I. Joe HQ. Just the idea for it. A flat wall piece like that. The saw looks hella cool. Yeah, dude, I really like the saw. I really do. I'm gonna do probably, I don't know, you know me, I bounce around, but probably we'll do a table saw, a drill press, and a planer, maybe. Now, one thing I'm thinking, though, is the actual table, it's all right foam, but it really would look sharp if I laser cut it, but I feel like that's kind of cheating a little bit. I don't know. I kind of like making this mostly, I guess it was all by hand. Yeah, there's no, well, there's little wooden circles are laser cut. But yeah, I sawed this. This is wood, but I hand sawed it, and I hand sawed the little dowels. Yeah. I would steal that, not gonna lie. Well, thanks for the warning. Hi, it's me. Love that saw. Yeah, thank you, Bill. Matthew Mountain says awesome. Yeah, dude, the saw, and it was crazy because when I was painting it, it was looking good, and then as soon as I did this button, it just totally looked even better. The button, and then I decided to put these little, the little gray dots in the middle of the two bearings that ride the sides of the saw blade. And I felt like that kind of just brought the detail level up enough to where it looked cool. I still could get some stickers. Maybe, I was saying like caution or something, but even danger or, maybe I don't know. It needs something over here. A random diorama sticker would be good if I ever designed anything. Blade guides. There you go. Blade guides. And Duffman, you notice what I'm missing is there's other buttons sometimes too, but I definitely need there should be a dial, a hand dial or a crank to raise and lower the guard or the arm on the bandsaw. This looks like it's drying pretty well. And it looks like nothing shifted out of place, which is great. This is all still fairly symmetrical. Now the angles on these are a little off, like this one is a little bit, come on dude, this one is a little bit broader I think than, yeah. And I did them by hand on the hot wire, so that's to be expected. Overall, not too shabby. Okay. Well, guys, it is almost 1 a.m. So, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. We had some issues with the stream, so I can't tell how long we've been going. This one's been going an hour and 38 minutes. I feel like the other one was about an hour, so it's about the normal time. Duffman saying, the bandsaw I always used was a lot bigger because we cut and welded the blades together and annealed it right on the front of the machine. On the front of the machine? I don't get it. Interesting. I mean, there's all kinds of bandsaws, right? And I mean, basically, lots of mills are that style of blade too, I think. Yeah, because it dissipates heat really efficiently as opposed to a circular saw or a reciprocating saw. Forget about it. Heats up like crazy. The bandsaw, that's the strength, is it dissipates the heat well. So, okay. Matthew Madison is saying peace and live long and prosper, and that's what I'm going to be saying too. Take it easy, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. And maybe I'll have my new 3D printer by then, so that might be fun. All right, everyone. Take care.